Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Master Premier Classic, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Excadrill. Excadrill needs no introduction at this point in any of the Master League formats. It's an absolute staple, and that is because it is quite powerful. Yes, it is quite squishy, but it more than makes up for that with its moveset, which gives it excellent coverage on the meta. With all the steel types and flyers, Excadrill can cover just about everything, and it makes for a very powerful lead, which it will be serving as on this team. And if you're met with a bad lead, you're safe swapping into Gyarados. Gyarados will be serving as the safe swap on team number 1 from my top 5 best teams for the Master Premier Classic. Gyarados is a very versatile Pokemon, which makes it an excellent safe swap option on just about any team that you will want to build. And we've also got Florges in the back to close the game strong on team number 1 from my top 5 best teams. Florges not only serves as a very good lead, but it proved to be quite the closer on team number 1. And I had a blast. Florges hits pretty hard, has some very nice bulk, and also good coverage on the meta. I had a blast, guys, but without further ado, we're going to be hopping into a few fun bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And here we go. Picking up a Gyarados lead, and we safe swap into our own Gyarados for the mirror matchup. We did throw one mud shot just to have a lead, energy lead on whatever we may be faced with our Excadrill. And they do go for the crunch, so we're going to look to go for a crunch of our own and see what this Gyarados wants to do. They're staying in, so that could clue us in on that something in the back may not want to see a Gyarados. So we're actually going to shield up and look to farm down. I wasn't sure if I could pull it off, but it looks like we are going to have to pull it off. Clearly, maybe hitting some sort of breakpoint there because we just edged it out and we leave with a loaded Aqua Tail. And they do have an Excadrill of their own, so we're going to go for this Aqua Tail and either pressure a lot of health like we did there or shield. They want to hang on to the shields. They do tank that Aqua Tail. So we're going to come in with our Florges, not our own Excadrill for the mirror matchup, because this Excadrill is best buddied and we will lose CMP, thus losing the match. We are also at a shield disadvantage. So Florges is absolutely the safer play here. Florges can hit Excadrill for neutral damage with these Vine Whips, and the resisted fairy moves really do hit pretty hard on Excadrill, and they make an aggressive play into a Metagross. We held on to our energy. They were trying to catch that resisted damage. That is one of the major keys to success in the Master Premier Classic. Anticipate that catch, hang on to your energy, and you will be doing well. So they did tank a Drill Run, hoping to perhaps pull this out with their own Excadrill. And of course, like I mentioned, guys, our Excadrill is not best buddied. Theirs is, which means that we lose CMP. But I'm thinking the play here, guys, is to farm down with Vine Whip, and we take the first bonus battle with our Florges, closing the game strong. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. I had a blast with team number 1 from my top 5 best teams. It is quite strong in the Master Premier Classic, and here we go, picking up a very interesting lead in Chandelure. So we're going to actually stay in here a little bit. It does run Incinerate, much like Talonflame, so we are going to throw with optimal timing and threaten to one-shot the Chandelure. They absolutely have to shield, and Incinerate users typically throw 4 before throwing, so in anticipation of that, we catch that resisted damage on our Gyarados, making the plays in the Master Premier Classic. You love to see it. Gonna threaten that last shield. This Chandelure does have some energy, so that is definitely going to pressure that final shield, and they make an aggressive play into a Gyarados of their own. Going to look to go for this crunch. Shields are down on their end. That's one of the downsides to running Chandelure. It's a bit risky, but it is a very interesting pick for this meta, I will say. And they do farm down. So we're going to come in with our Florges, and Florges actually has a very nice matchup against Gyarados, especially if it's running Dragon Breath. And this mad lad is running Hydro Pump on their Gyarados. Holy smokes, guys. Was not expecting that, but as you can see, Florges tanks it like a champ. Florges is amazing, and they come in with a Primarina, so just going to chip at the health on the Primarina with a disarming voice, and I don't think that we will get to another move. They do charm down, but Excadrill with a shield advantage is quite lethal. Does not matter which meta it is in. And they do look to make an aggressive play into that Chandelure. But we have the shields. They do sneak, but that does not matter. Very inconsequential as we are saying bye-bye Chandelure. And we will outpace to another drill run, sending the Primarina packing. Excadrill doing what it does best, and that is close the game strong yet again. That's going to be another good game. Well played to our opponent. I always have loads of fun whenever I have a chance to run Excadrill. Such a fun and powerful pick in these Master League formats. And here we go, Gyarados on the lead, and it is running Dragon Tail. So we're actually going to stay in here a little bit because it's running Dragon Tail, and the fast move pressure is resisted, and we outpace. So we're going to really put the pressure on this Gyarados. They, of course, can tank a Rock Slide, but they can't tank too, and we certainly don't want to really tank an Aqua Tail. We don't know what else they have in the back. Gonna go for another Rock Slide. If they want to hang on to this Gyarados, they're going to absolutely have to shield, and they do. So what we're going to look to do is catch an Aqua Tail on our Gyarados, but they were on to us. They were anticipating that catch, but they come in with a Metagross. This is amazing, guys. This is exactly where you want to see the Metagross, either on Gyarados or on Excadrill, because Florges wants nothing to do with a Metagross. This is amazing. So gonna play this out. Tank the potential Meteor Mash. We tank that, no problem. That is resisted, of course. And because they tanked the super effective Crunch, we can just safely go for an Aqua Tail, and that will be enough to take out the Metagross. And we are going to see what else they have in the back. Oh my goodness, guys. This could not be working out better. Holy smokes. They had a Heracross in the back. So we now have the alignment that we absolutely need. We can easily let our Gyarados go down. They're just going to farm down with resisted counters. And it is Florges time! Up against this Heracross here. Of course, it is part fighting, so we can hit this thing for massive super effective damage, and they are down on shields. So now, guys, I could see their play from a mile away. What they're going to do is close combat and look to combo play with the Gyarados. So we anticipate that and catch the Aqua Tail on our Excadrill, as we don't need Excadrill to close this game out anymore, guys. It's sort of dead weight at this point. Always have to anticipate what your opponent's going to try to do to you. And we will shield up the Aqua Tail and look to farm down with these neutral Vine Whips. The play here is to get the back-to-back disarming voices. Disarming voice number 1 is going to absolutely be taking out the Gyarados. And we've got number 2 here locked and loaded for the fighting type Heracross, as we say bye-bye Heracross, closing the game yet again with Florges. I'm telling you guys, Florges is a powerful closer in this meta, and it shows. Good game, well played to our opponent. And to start things off with some very fun bonus battles, as we move into the featured set of the video, we are met with an Excadrill mirror matchup on the lead. Again, this one is best buddied, and unfortunately, we are starting this thing off with some desync. They are behind by 2 turns here. Unfortunate for them, but there's not a whole lot we can do about that. So they do throw, so we're going to trade shields here. We definitely don't want to tank a drill run for sure. That is a very easy shield there. And they do catch our next drill run, as they kind of have to, because they unfortunately are behind on energy due to the desync at the beginning. So we throw 1 mud shot and swap, transferring the waterfall damage onto our own Gyarados. This is why I sort of prefer Dragon Breath Gyarados in this meta, just because there are so many Waterfall Gyaradoses in this meta right now. So Dragon Breath Gyarados absolutely dominates Waterfall Gyarados, and they go for the big outrage that does loads of damage, but we survive and farm down. And they make a play into a Primarina. Excellent answer to Gyarados. Primarina absolutely shuts down Gyarados like you wouldn't believe. Probably the best answer to a Gyarados in this meta. So we come in with our Excadrill onto the Primarina, and they aggressive swap back into their own Gyarados. So we're going to look to pressure that last shield. We kind of want to get shields down because we want to be able to hit this Excadrill for a big Moonblast if we can. And we do, of course, grab that last shield. So we're going to try and catch onto our Florges, banking a little bit of energy in the process. We were unsuccessful in the catch, but that is quite all right because this Excadrill is actually within disarming voice range. They were a couple of mud shots off from the next drill run, so we're just going to get rid of it. We don't want to tank any heavy damage from this Excadrill, and we will absolutely outpace this Primarina to a big Moonblast. It's absolutely within range. And Florges, yet again, closing another endgame in dominant fashion as we say bye-bye to the Primarina. Florges, an amazing closer in this meta. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. I must say, it is becoming a little bit more tricky running Excadrill these days, as there are many teams built around shutting out Excadrill completely. That's how powerful it is, as they make a play into a Gyarados. I should have checked to see what it was running, guys. I assumed it was running a Dragon Breath, so we go in the Florges, but it happens to be running Waterfall, so our own Gyarados would have actually been the better answer. But we are locked in for now, so we're just going to make do with this matchup here and go for the Moonblast, and they do shield. So we are now even on shields. We don't want to go down completely on shields, so going to tank the Aqua Tail. We can tank it and try to get to another Moonblast. This will not KO, but what I'm hoping is that it will put it within farm down range, and it's just not quite in farm down range, and they waterfall down. That waterfall with stab just hits a little different coming from Gyarados, guys, I must say. So we are forced to come in with our own Gyarados, and they do meet us with the Mamoswine. Gonna go for the super effective Aqua Tail. This would do quite a bit of super effective damage, and they do shield. We can not comfortably, but we can tank an Avalanche. We actually tank it a little bit better than Excadrill, believe it or not, but not by much. That Avalanche did a lot of damage as Mamoswine hits like a truck. So going to look to get rid of it with an Aqua Tail. And they've got a Machamp in the back. Whoa! So we try to get off as much Dragon Breath damage as we can, trying to get it within drill run range, but we were just not healthy enough to pull that off. It is not within drill run range, and this is looking like a GG's, and yeah, there's just nowhere for Excadrill to go on this team. A team clearly built to shut out Excadrill, and it somehow finds its way to us. Go figure, but they played that very well. Good game, well played to our opponent. I think my next project will be working on getting this Excadrill the best buddy, as it is very crucial in the mirror matchup. Speaking of, here we go. We've got a best buddy Excadrill lead. So we are at a disadvantage. This is technically a losing lead. So what I like to do on the best buddy mirror matchup is I will stay in to analyze their play pattern. And I recognize that this battler is looking to throw right away. They kind of have to really take advantage of that best buddy boost because they do win CMP ties. So they're forced to throw, so we catch that onto our Gyarados, catching the double resisted move while preserving a drill run on our own Excadrill. That is how you overcome the best buddy disadvantage if you don't happen to have yours best buddied. And they do come in with a Snorlax, so this is okay, pretty neutral matchup, and they shield. That is very interesting. So we now have a shield advantage. They absolutely did not need to shield that. Maybe a bit of a misplay, knowing that they have their own Excadrill, which really does perform at its best with shields. So that is quite all right. We're just going to press on. We're going to keep this shield advantage here for our own Excadrill. And we do live another potential body slam. And we're just going to get a few dragon breaths and then make an aggressive play back into our own Excadrill and try and take out this Snorlax here. We know that they do still have that Excadrill, and we also know that they are now down on shields, which now gives us the advantage. We know that this is not a superpower. They don't have the energy for it, so they just chip with a resisted body slam. They make an aggressive play back into their own Excadrill, and we have loaded energy. So we're saying bye-bye Excadrill, and we're going to see what else they have left in the back. It's a Togekiss. Oh, man, here we go, guys. We really needed to get to this Rock Slide. Excadrill coming in super clutch. We needed that chip damage to make this a lot more manageable for our Florges. It is absolutely within Moonblast range. So we don't really even need to shield this, but hey, we've got the shield. Might as well use it. Don't need to shield up the Ancient Power. That is quite all right. We were just one Vine Whip off from the Moonblast, which will absolutely KO the Togekiss, and we can Vine Whip down that Snorlax. That's how you overcome a disadvantage with your Excadrill. Florges closing it strong again. That's going to be a good game. Well played. As you can see, guys, team number 1 from my top 5 best teams for the Master Premier Classic is quite strong, guys. It's a very solid team, and here we go. Picking up another best-buddied Excadrill, as we saw in that last battle. This is technically a losing lead loss here for us, guys. We are at the disadvantage because our Excadrill is not best-buddied. And, of course, they do take advantage of that bonus boost. Knowing that they win CMP, they throw right away. We did sneak, but they got that sneak back, so we are still even on energy. That's another thing that you can try and do against Excadrill mirrors. Try and sneak. But just like in that previous battle, we analyze their play pattern, and we recognize that they throw on alignment. So we catch that drill run onto our Gyarados, catch and resist the damage. Always a great way to get ahead in Pokemon Go Battle League, as they meet us with a Primarina again. Primarina shuts down Gyarados like you wouldn't believe. It's actually a very strong pick for this meta. Has a decent stat product for the Master Premier Classic, and it absolutely hard walls Gyarados. There's no better answer to a Gyarados than a Primarina. So we're going to come back in with our own Excadrill, overfarmed by quite a bit, because we know that that opposing Excadrill is energy dry, so we want to always have an energy advantage on it. And we take out the Primarina, expecting them to come back in with the Excadrill, but that's not a good idea because we do have an energy advantage. Even with the best buddy boost, as long as you have an energy advantage, you will still win. So we do chip with a Rock Slide, throw one Mud Shot, and transfer that waterfall damage onto our Florges, and they do come back in with the Excadrill. So what we're going to do here is really put the pressure on this Excadrill. The resisted disarming voices really do start to add up, along with the Vine Whip damage. So I do believe that we shields are down. I didn't see. Oh yeah, no, we tanked that. Knowing that we could tank it because Florges has some nice bulk, we tanked that. And we're going to look to chip with a disarming voice. We don't want to take this thing out because we want to get some additional farm. They do lag a turn there just as they are getting to the move. That is unfortunate for them as we Vine Whip down. And we do still have a shield. We were going to get to a move on the Gyarados, and we were going to take that one, so they concede the match. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played to our opponent. My goodness, guys, team number 1, super solid for this meta. I had a blast with it. Here we go, picking up a very fun lead in Arcanine. Shouts to the Spice. Arcanine has a very versatile moveset, but this one is running Snarl as its fast move. It can run Fire Fang as well. So because it's running Snarl, we're going to hang in here a little bit and really put the pressure on this Arcanine. And there's no reason for them to stay in on this matchup unless they're running something that could absolutely obliterate our Excadrill. So we caught on to that. We do shield up the massive flamethrower as they make a play into Snorlax. We intended to throw this. This was not a catch because we wanted to chip some health on the Snorlax before making a play into our Florges. So that's going to make this matchup a lot more manageable for us, as Snorlax, especially as a best buddy, is extremely bulky. So any chip damage you can get will make it that much easier. So going to go for the big Moonblast. I don't anticipate they shield, and they don't. So they are now essentially within farm down range. We know that we can comfortably tank another Body Slam. No problem. We tank that all day as we look to farm down the Snorlax. And we have some loaded energy for whatever they decide to bring back in. Most likely the Arcanine. That is the best answer to our Florges. So we're going to go for this big Moonblast with Stab. Although resisted, does loads of damage to the Arcanine. And they're realizing they can't farm down with Snarl, so they bank some energy and lock their Togekiss in. I don't know if that's the play. Because they did lock it in. Knowing that we still have a very healthy Excadrill on our team, we're going to just go for these Rock Slides just as fast as we get to them. We want to either take out this Togekiss or pressure that last shield. This is just an Ancient Power, no need to shield this, and we're going to go for another Rock Slide on this Togekiss. They're either going to have to go down on shields or let it go down. They let it go down, so we aggressive swap into our Gyarados. Knowing that Arcanine also has access to Wild Charge, going to shield this. We know that they're at back-to-back, but we want to get them to dump their energy and debuff themselves, which will make the farm down that much easier for our Excadrill. They one-shot, but we farm down with super effective Mud Shots, taking out the very fun and spicy Arcanine in the process. Excadrill closing it strong, and that is the team, guys. Good game, and shouts to our opponent for running the Arcanine Spice. That was very fun. But as you can see, team number 1 from my top 5 best teams for the Master Premier Classic is quite powerful in this meta. If you have these Pokemon, I would definitely consider giving it a try, as an Excadrill is a very powerful lead, and as you can see, you can definitely play out the Excadrill mirror matchup even if you don't have the best buddy boost and you find that you are at a disadvantage. You just analyze that gameplay, see if they're going to throw on alignment. If you notice that they're throwing on alignment, you can then set up the catch onto your Gyarados, banking a move. That's how you overcome the best buddy disadvantage with Excadrill. It does well in this meta, again, because of its coverage. Rock Slide and Drill Run, not a whole lot that can run from that. You round it out with an amazing safe swap option in Gyarados and a very powerful closer with Florges. That's a recipe for a very powerful team. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.